Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miko Aracid, your mentor for the day. I am going to teach you several things, but we'll go through them together. So first off, we have lanes. So lanes, you have top lane, mid lane, jungle, bot, and support. So usually in bot lane, there are two of you. You are the AD carry. You usually buy physical items that deal physical damage to the enemy, and then you have a support who will try to help you. Get these items in the fastest way as possible. Mid lane is usually a one-on-one versus another um, against the enemy mid laner, and then you usually uh, tasked to build ability power, which is magic damage, for which is just magic damage. And then for top laner, usually you're tasked to build tanky so that other people can just deal their damage off of you. And I also apologize for the noise that other people are making because I'm currently in an internet cafe because I don't have my own setup yet. Next, we have jungle. It's essentially where there is no lane, and this is where um, your jungle can farm with help of smite. Smite is a summoner spell that allows him to deal true damage to um, minions or monsters. We call creeps in the jungles as monsters, and not just something regular like creep. Alright, so summoner spells are these things. You gain more summoners as you level up, with a complete set of summoner spells at level 20, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and you gain level as you play the game. So essentially, back to the main lesson, which is auto attacking, which is the main lesson, which is CSing. So there are two types of auto attacks. There are two ways of CSing. Um, one is just waiting for the creeps to die, and then that's when you last it, or you can auto attack so that you can kill the creep faster. Um, so the whole point of me telling you that is because you have to understand when you should just um, when it is that you should just auto attack and when you should wait to last it. So you auto attack all the time so that you can push faster than the enemy opponent, and you try to deny, meaning stop them from getting XP or gold, so that you will get an advantage. You will have an advantage over them. Um, next thing that we need to talk about is the value of CS, or your creep scores. Or yeah, creep score is when this thing on the top right, yeah, the number 20. So it increases every time I get a kill. Um, you have to keep in mind that creeps are your main source of income, and aside from kills, of course, but kills aren't always that accessible, while minions or creeps are. So creeps have actually different values. So this is a perfect opportunity to tell you. Um, Here, we see the ones in front are called melee minions, because obviously for the fact that they're melee, and here we have a cannon minion, which has a different value than that of the others. See, we see that it's 63, so it has a bigger value. The caster minions are actually the ones that have less value because their range, and they are typically squishier, so easier to last hit than melee minions, because they just stay still and just attack. So here I'm auto attacking. It's important to note that I'm auto attacking because the enemy wasn't there. So I was trying to push the wave into the tower so that the tower can kill them and deny EXP or gold from the enemy. This is quite an advanced tactic, but the more you play, the more you understand why that's very important to auto attack versus to know when to last it. Alright, so as I was saying, different values, 21 and 14 to 20, I think, for caster minions. And this guy is trying to trade with me. So trading is pretty self um, self-explanatory. Trading is when you exchange blows with your enemy. So there are trading is very important because you need to know how powerful you are so that you can deal a certain amount of damage for enemies. Like earlier, I was able to win because I was a level up. Now I'm 2 levels up and I have more CS than the enemy mid laner. So now I push it in so that when she comes to lane, she's gonna miss the XP and the gold that she get from minions. Now we're going to base and then we're going to talk about builds. So builds are very subjective in the game, but there is an expected amount of items that you're supposed to get. As an AD carry, you're supposed to get physical damage and crit, so your physical damage will be amplified by a certain number. Mid laners are tasked to get ability power or magic damage, and top laners are required to get are expected to get tank items. So builds are there is a recommended page, but if you want to build what you want, you can. However, I have to say that not every time is your build path or the items that you're building. There's no guarantee that they're always going to work. However, there are sites that you can check whether or not what are the best builds for certain champions, and yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that off quickly. So I'm just gonna give you a quick lesson on how to CS under tower. So I'm gonna let this push in, and then I'm gonna teach you how to CS under tower, or I'm gonna try to teach you how to CS under tower. So we have to keep in mind that what I'm going to tell you, it's a really good example for when creeps are full health. So usually, melee minions take 2 tower shots before they die. Like I said, we have to keep in mind that they're at full health, and you see there, the caster minion can only take 1, and then that's when you CS. So see, casters were able to take 1 auto attack from you, 1 auto attack, and then a tower shot, and then you can take another auto attack to kill. But here, I have to kill this one so I don't miss it, and then there, see, 1 auto attack for the caster, 1 tower shot, and then 1 auto attack will usually kill the caster minions, and 2 auto attacks and 1 tower shot, or 2 tower shots and 1 auto attack for melee minions. There, see, 2, and then I'm not gonna get that. Alright, so here I'm trying to freeze the wave, meaning I'm just gonna keep it where it is until the other wave gets here. So it's gonna push towards the enemy, and she's gonna try to clear this out. She's gonna try to clear this out as fast as possible. If she's smart. If she's not, she wouldn't. Right, she's trying to fight when I have an advantage, which is pretty stupid. You should never trade when you're at a disadvantage, unless you're that confident in your skill. But obviously, I have an advantage. I have a CS, and I have an item advantage, meaning I am obviously more stronger than she is. Although she almost killed me. She still had to use a summoner spell, which we talked about earlier, that you gain through the game as you progress. And right now, the objective of the game, we take down towers so that we can also take down the enemy nexus, and that's how we win. So right now, I'm taking down the tower so that I get more money, so that I can punish the mistakes of my enemy more often. And it's easier to punish as well. So here, she's trying to trade when I have a lot of minions, which is the most stupid thing you can do. Oh, I don't know how I did that. Oh, okay. I know I did. It was because of the minion aggro. That's how they died. That's how she died. So, I guess that's about it. And just to recap everything, CSing, you can auto attack versus last hitting. You should know when to last hit only and when you should auto attack to kill it faster. So you auto attack to kill it faster so that you can push your wave in so that you can deny EXP and gold from the enemy laner. And gold is very important. One kill is equal to 200 gold, and I have 3 kills, so I have 600 gold. But however, um, with the creeps, you can get that in 10 CS, 10 to 20 CS, and then you're gonna get 200 gold to make up for the kill that you've given up. So CS is very important. Always remember that CS is very important. Even if you're at a deficit, try to keep up your CS so that you won't be punished heavily by the enemy. So now I have an item advantage, which is a power spike, and I'm gonna try to kill her one last time, and then I'm gonna explain what power spikes are. So power spikes are essentially when you're at your strongest, and you see that I was able to take her down in less than 5 hits. So power spikes are times or usually an item or a level where you get significantly stronger than you were before. So the power spike of my character was when I got my Infinity Edge, which allowed me to have more AD. Then I was able to punish the Tristana bot harder. So that's about it. I thank you for watching, and if you like it, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much, and I hope I was able to help you. Alright, good luck on the Rift, Summoner.
No, no.